Any questions? Please make a note of all of your questions so that I can address each of them at the end of the session.
Sure.
Okay. And yeah, in case you want to ask in between, please ask. If it is relevant and to the topic, I would be answering it. Else, let me take your questions, whether it is relevant or non-relevant, anything, any sort of other technologies also. I would love to answer you post my talk. Okay.
Sure. Sure.
All right. So this is basically demystifying cloud definition. Cloud, you know, it's like a buzzword now. People say cloud, 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 cloud. We can do, etc., etc., etc. Let's go to the standard definition and understand what is cloud. Okay. So standard definition is given by National Institute of Standards and Technology, US Department of Commerce. This definition stands as a de facto standard in the industry. Okay. Yeah, it's a 7-page document, but I don't think you should really go through. This is all about preamble, first to 5 pages. So the definition starts at sixth page, 6 and 7. Here it is 2 and 3, but actually it is 6 and 7. Okay. So if you understand these 2 pages, point by point, you, you know, you understand cloud, and you would be able to explain to anyone, to your customers, to your fellow, colleagues, etc., what is cloud. Okay. I'll try to make this as easy as possible. Reading the definition is one part, but understanding the definition would be a major task for us in this session. All right. So simply start with, say I'm a XYZ corporation, and I have come up with a product, something like e-commerce product, like a Flipkart or Amazon or etc. Okay, e-commerce product. So I have developed, yeah, there is SDLC process that is involved. Going ahead in the classes, in the real sessions, we will talk about what is development, etc. Okay. So XYZ Corporation has built a product similar to the lines of Flipkart or Amazon e-commerce portal, and they want to go live. Live in the sense, obviously, they want to go to internet, right? So to go to internet, they have to get a server, and they have to deploy the application. This is what is called go live, right? So go live is basically reaching the customers, end users. So I have built the product for uh, consumers on the internet, and in my case, go live is taking my application to the internet server, so that people in the internet can come to my website, and there I get the business, right?
Correct.
So there is a lengthy session. This is almost like a 1.5 hour session, but I would wrap it up very, in a short way. When we start the class, I'll take each line by line, and we'll understand it a lot better. Okay. So let me read it. Cloud computing is a model for enabling ubiquitous, convenient, on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources. So this is the line. The computing resources is an important word. So to go live, what is that this company requires? Computing resources. So what do you mean by computing resources? Obviously, to run a program, I need a CPU, I need a RAM, I need a storage. Yeah, apart from this, there is a lot of things, network card, etc., etc. But these are the major resources that are required for computing. that is to process your running to run your programs, to run your application, right? So previously, before cloud, what used to happen, this company has to approach hardware vendors like Hewlett Packard, Dell, IBM, etc., and purchase servers. This is the same server I'm talking about, which would cost you around 10K, 20K, or 30K also, right? So $30K dollars, I'm saying, not rupees, right? So when this company approaches these hardware vendors, obviously there is a delay, time delay. Why? Because one of the person responsible person from this company would approach HP or email or over telephone or chat or whatever sales funnel they have. They will talk, they will give their requirements, and they will give the quote, the HP will give the quote, and these guys, the finance department approval should be there. Finally, payment is done, and the product should be shipped from the HP organization. And HP might have warehouse their product in the warehouses. It could be in Taiwan, or it could say, I'm talking about XYZ in India, but the server you requested might not be there here. It is in their warehouse in Taiwan or in Singapore, etc. So whatever, to get that server, there is a long, I will not say long process, but yeah, there is a time involved. That is, I request my server, and there is a quotation, and there is payment, finally shipping. Shipping could take minimum of 15 days to, trust me, 3 months to, trust me, this happens.
Yes.
Simple. They might ship the product in 15 days, but reaching Mumbai, the customs might stop it. They will not hand over
Correct.
to it, basically because of insufficient documentation or something like that. That might happen. It happened in my case, two times in my entire career. Two times I've seen this. Yeah, almost 4.5 months. Okay, that's what has happened in our case. It's basically simple documentation, right? But ideally, it will take 15 days to a month. Okay. In the worst scenario, if some problem, it might get delayed. So see, what do you see here? Delay. And what is this called? On-premise model. What is on-premise? I purchase my server, I get my server, I put that server in my server room, I install it, and I configure it totally. For example, yeah, uh, yes, see, set up data center, deployment time, and I need to maintain it totally. Because see, when I purchase a server, obviously that server might go, obsolete in X years, like 5 years or etc. So I need to again go for maintenance. I need to refresh the server hardware and get up to the dated server, right? So this is what I have to do. So this is what on-premise server looks like. I need to purchase a rack. I need to put all these servers, etc., etc. Right. So what are the problems that you might face in on-premise? So I need to have a rental or purchase real estate. I need to install and configure all my rack units, servers. I need to enable power, cooling, generators. Lot of investment I'm doing, right? And to procure hardware, I need to identify vendor first. Then I need to pay, go through the payment process. And obviously there is a time duration to enable this procurement. There is a delay. And finally, when I get software, I need to have people who will install and configure the hardware and software. It could be, network admin, OS admin, DB admin, application admin. So lot of admins will be there. And once everything is set, I need to again go for invest some dollars in maintenance. Then after 5 years, I need to get obsolete this hardware and get into newest latest hardware that is going on. And the most important, is redundancy. For example, I have this setup. What if this setup goes down? Because I can my expectation is I shouldn't have any downtime of my application. If that is the case, obviously you have to think of redundancy, because if this server totally, this is hardware guys, it might go down, right? So if this goes down, what is that I need to do? I need to plan for redundancy, purchase the same kind of setup and install it, and just keep it aside, so that if this goes down, I will have other servers rendering my application. So this is what is on premise. Hope you are able to understand the pains in on premise, right? Now,
Correct.
what does cloud does? Simple. And one more problem here, if you see, capex cost. To procure all this infrastructure, hardware, softwares, network equipment, etc., I need to put capital expenditure, which would run to a couple of thousands of dollars basically. And once I put all the investment and get my setup, I need to go again for OPEX. It could be monthly electricity bills, monthly maintenance bills, monthly salaries, etc. Right? And again, same is applying for our redundancy also. All right. And other major problem that we see is, this is yet not yet completed. The other major problem that I see is on demand. For example, you you have seen many big enterprises talking about big sales day, right? And on sales day, hope this application will not hope this infrastructure will not be able to cater more number of users, right? So if I want to cater more number of user requests, I need to get at least 10 servers like this, because I expect almost 10 lakh people coming on that day. This server only serves 1 lakh people. So on those big sales day, I want more servers. But what do you think, can I get it? No, because this is a procedure. I need to talk to hardware vendor, etc., etc. So if I want to procure also, if I want to procure after 3 months, I need to plan today, right? So this is the major problem that I am seeing on demand. Hey, I want to eat gulab jamun, sir. Come tomorrow, I will feed you. That's wrong, right? When I go to hotel, I ask gulab jamun. Max 2 minutes is, or 3 minutes, or 5 minutes. That's what is on demand for me, right? So on, if I want to scale up this architecture, this infrastructure, it's not really possible, right? So these are the major problems that I'm seeing in on-premise. Now, who is the problem solver? Cloud computing. Why? Simple. See, there is a lengthy talk on this, because when I talk about on-premise, the next model is co-location, the next model is data center, then finally comes cloud computing. But I'm skipping all those. Hope this will give you a good insight. Obviously, this definition we will go through thoroughly when we start the session. Okay. So let's see in a gist how is cloud computing solving this problem. Ubiquitous, that means very easily, right? Seamlessly, convenient, in a very easy manner. On demand, oh, whenever I want, I can talk to cloud. Network access, I just need to have an internet connection to a shared pool of configurable computing resources. So what does this mean? So this is, say, a big building where they purchased lot of servers and storage, hard disk, etc., etc., and all are connected via networking. Network path networking has been done. Everything is there. And there are softwares also, like operating systems, databases, etc. And this building is called a data center. Now, cloud is really nothing but they put a cloud on this. Okay. Inside cloud, there is data center only. Okay. Now, what does this line means? What does this line means? So configurable computing resources. These are computing resources. Servers, storage, networking, softwares, etc. But what is configurable? Okay. Say I'm a user one or customer one. I need a 10 gig RAM and 4 CPU machine and say 30 GB disk. This is what is my requirement. Simple. Go and talk to cloud. But how will you talk? That's a question. So cloud has given you some layer, automation layer, or I would not say automation layer. Yeah, say an app, whether it could be web or it could be mobile, whatever it is. Obviously, this is what is making the automation. So I need to go and talk to this application, which the cloud provider has given me. It is very simple. What is that I need to say? I need to click some buttons and say some links and say, hey, I need a application server. Okay, this application is going to ask me, okay, how much RAM you want, how much CPU you want, how much disk you want, etc. etc. I will answer all the questions internally. This is going here and preparing this server for me and giving it back to me. Simple. So obviously, try to understand. This is me in my office, and this is somewhere. It's not somewhere. It's a remote basically. It's remote. So what I'm getting, and I'm getting a server of my requirements. How much time it is taking? Less than or approximately 2 to 3 minutes. Let's say 5 minutes max. 5 minutes. Isn't this like your gulab jamun on demand? Obviously, yes. Right. So, what is coming back here? Configurable. Configurable. So, why configurable? Because, say, this server could be 100 GB RAM and 20 CPUs and 1 terabyte disk. This big server, very big server. So, what I am getting here is I am getting a part of this server as a virtual machine. So simply to say what is virtual machine, if this is my big server, if this is my laptop, I will have in my laptop CPU, RAM, network card, storage. Typically what we do, we install operating system on top of this, whether it is Windows, Linux, etc. But here I am going to install a software called hypervisor. Hypervisor is not like Windows operating system, etc. It is a small operating system which is helping you to virtualize your hardware. What is virtualize? Simple. Using this hypervisor software, I can create multiple virtual computers. Say this is 1 GB, this is say 4 GB RAM, this is 10 GB RAM and 10 processors, etc. I can build virtual computers. So this is what is configurable. I have a very large space, large hardware machines. Out of that, I am able to configure my own virtual machine and start working on it. That is what is configurable, right? That can be rapidly provisioned. So I told you, less than 5 minutes, you can have your server ready and released. What is released? Simple. Yeah, I have built my product. I thought my product will be super it, and for that product I had this requirement, and if I had to purchase it I need to spend $20,000. Apart from that I need to purchase real estate space or rent it, and I need to go for all other operational expenditures like people, power, generators, etc., etc. but but what I saw is my application became, you know uh, I mean, is not really going well. I want to close my application, I want to shut down my company. In that case, what is happening in on premise, all my investment is going waste, right? So what is cloud? What is the advantage of cloud? Simple. You took this server, you are running your server for 6 months. After 6 months, you decided, I don't want that server. Simple. Just talk to this app and tell that, hey, I had a server, please terminate it. Simple. So, what is that I need to pay? For that 6 months, you need to pay. That's it. Pay as you go model. Say, I need a testing. I have to test my application. I need a server for just 3 hours. In that case, instead of doing all this stuff, why don't you go to cloud, pick up a machine, use for 3 hours, and pay just for 3 hours? So that's the advantage of cloud, pay as you use. So released. So I can rapidly provision, and if I don't want it, I can just terminate it with minimal management effort. So what is minimal management effort? Simple. I don't need to talk to people of procure hardware vendor, or I don't need to go around places to procure my hardware, etc. Using this simple application, without major interaction with the hardware providers, I can get my requirements done, or service provider interaction. Fine. All right. So this is the line that we have seen, and let's see practically, just to give you a feel of cloud. Okay, so this is my console, and when we start classes, first day you will have this. First day you should be having this account, because classes will be 15 to 20 minutes theory, rest 40 minutes will be lab. That's how the classes will be. I hardly think of 2 sessions completely theory, but all other days will be 15 to 20 minutes theory and rest followed by lab. Okay, trust me, this is simple, not really hard. I'll try to make as simple as possible in very easy, convenient manner of discussions. Okay, so if we see here, I have so many services. So view all services. See, so many services. So to make you really understand what is a service means, come back to our discussion. I need a server. I need a server. This is our basic requirement. Now come back to cloud and see which service is offering you a server. In compute section, there is a service called EC2. What is EC2? So it's not coming up. Just a second. Yeah, virtual servers in the cloud. So this is the service that is fulfilling my requirement. And let us take another example. Uh, what is the another example I could talk? Yeah, I need a database. I need a database. Now, go into service and check out database section. In this, I have RDS service. Now, what is RDS? Let me show you.
Remote desktop.
RDS. Managed relational database service. You can get Oracle software, MySQL software, and other Postgres database softwares, etc. here. Okay. And let me finally take one other example. Say I want to what? Uh, I want to say I'm developing a mobile app. Okay. is there something, a service which can help me in mobile development? Yeah, let's see. Mobile, mobile, mobile. Yeah, device form. Test Android web apps and on real devices in the cloud. So, say you have a web application, sorry, mobile application developed. Okay, you want to test it out in different devices. Obviously, you have to purchase all those devices, etc. But what is cloud doing? Cloud is offering all those devices for you virtually. You can just put your application in these devices and start testing it. And what is the advantage of it? I just need to test it for 10 days. That's it. Go and use the device form service for 10 days and pay as much as you use. That's it. Simple. And see, these are all real devices in the cloud. They're offered to you virtually. That's it. Okay. So there is a overwhelming services if you see. Now, one question: do I need to know all the services? Impossible. No one on planet Earth would be knowing all the services. Okay, trust me. Even AWS guys, there will be people who worked on machine learning, so they know machine learning. There will be people who know media, so they know media, right? All the services, I don't think anyone in planet Earth would be able to do that, right? So you are a blockchain guy. You want services on cloud. See, there is a blockchain module, and this is the service that you can avail of, right? So don't get worried about looking at so many services, not at all required. But yes, you are a specialist on Internet of Things, so you need to focus this. And you are into game development, you need to focus this. So what is that one has to know to become a cloud engineer, basically, or cloud lead, or whatever, to get into cloud? There are four sections: core services, compute to run your applications, storage to put your data, database, obviously, your application requires databases, network and content delivery. There is VPC, CloudFront, Route 53. These are the things, right? How to build networking, how to build, manage your DNS server, etc. So these are called core services. So this is what we are going to talk about. These core services will help you land in job, and once that is done, I don't know in which area you might be. Generally, companies will be doing managed services like HCL, Infosys, etc. So, what is managed services? There will be clients who will be approaching HCL to deploy their applications, etc. And that's what you would be doing. You would be, talking to these services and working with these services. All right. I think the content was also shared to you, so please go through that. Yeah. Yeah, so if you see here, this is all introduction, etc. Fine. So come back to EC2. We are going to talk and storage and yeah, storage. This is security and networking concepts, and there will be DNS servers and simple email server, RDS, cloud, CloudFront. Yeah, fine. So as I told you, these are the core services which will help you to work with major projects on cloud. Okay. All right. Now let's see the practically the definition that we have stated. So I need a server because see, this is my requirement, right? This is my requirement. Customer 10 GB RAM, etc. So I'm going to EC2. You don't need to buy heart or remember things. Uh, you should really remember that cloud is providing you computing resources, and yes, I need a server, and obviously any cloud will give me. So let me just check in which service it is there. Yeah, compute is the section, and yes, EC2 is the service. Going ahead one or two times, if you do labs, third time you know very much what is EC2, etc. Right? So simple. I need to launch. Go ahead and click here and click on launch instance and see. I would love to give a name called yeah, my web only, my web server. Any name you should give, you can give. So I'm just picking up Amazon Linux. This is the operating system that I want to get installed on my machine. So you need to understand what is AMI, what type of operating systems are there. All about AMS you should know. That we'll go ahead in the sessions. We'll talk. And instance type. Okay, what is instance type? For example, see, T1 micro, 1 CPU, zero point 0.6 GB RAM. T2 nano, zero point 0.5 GB RAM, 1 CPU. T2 micro, 1 CPU, 1 GB RAM. So if you go down, there are so many instance types. It's like when you go to shop, you see lot of laptops, etc. Right, with different configurations. Simple. So C5 series, 96 virtual CPUs, and 192 GB RAM. Okay, so that heavy machines will also be there. And so here what you should be able to understand, or what should your point of focus, what is an instance, and do you think you will remember all these instance types? No, never. You don't need to by heart, I said. But you should have a mindset. Okay, there will be instances, and there will be my requirement. I need to map my requirement to the instance here. That's it. But yeah, you should little know what is C series means and what is M series means, etc. That's it. There will be a lot of series. So this is all C6. Yeah, G series, graphical series. I mean, machines with graphical cards for your game development or virtual reality. I series. This is storage series basically. You need lot of storage. Yeah, this is the type of machine that can help you. Okay. In our case, we are going to use T2.micro. See, obviously, if I'm putting some application here, 72 CPS, 192 GB, I need to pay for this because this is not free tier. Okay, what any cloud is giving you is a free tier eligible. This happens in Google, this happens in Azure, and any cloud also. So for your practice, you're good. It's not for practice actually. I'll tell you what is free tier, etc. later. So we have a T2.micro, which where I don't need to pay for my this lab, and I'm getting 1 GB RAM, 1 CPU. Fine. And key pair. See, as I told you, cloud is basically remote. I really I'm in Hyderabad, and I'm trying to get a machine in cloud. Now where I'm getting, are you able to notice that? See, in Northern Virginia. I'm going to create my server in Northern Virginia. Apart from that, where I can create in these locations. So what are these locations, significance of these locations, etc. We should be able to understand at a later part. These are called regions. Okay. So there are so many regions, so many regions. Okay. So obviously I need to connect to this machine, isn't it? Remotely. So key pair is the one which will help me to connect remote and securely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new key pair. My web server KP key pair, and I'm going to use PEM or PPK PEM. That's fine. Create key pair. Do I have mobile still? Yeah. Okay. So I downloaded this key pair. Where is it? Yeah, my web server key pair. Okay. And security cube. See, I am connecting from Hyderabad to my machine. Okay, to my remote machine. So, in order to connect to remote machines, I need to allow SSH because there should be software, right? I need to have a SSH server on my Linux machine. In my laptop, I need to have a SSH client. Don't worry about these terms at all, guys. Please think very logically if you're coming from non-tech background, or if you are not aware of this Linux technology, etc., etc., there is a server. See, try to understand as simple as it is. There is a server. This server is in Northern Virginia. I am in Hyderabad. I need to connect to this machine. Hey, IT, I know there are a lot of softwares with you. Now tell me, how could I solve this problem? Simple. There is a protocol called SSH. It is a small program. Protocol means a program, a set of rules. Okay, I should be having a SSH server here. You should be having a SSH. This is my laptop. Imagine, you should be having a SSH client. Using this software, you can connect to this machine. That's it. That is what is SSH. Now, how to work with SSH? That is what we are going to practice later, right? So if I suddenly say telnet, SSH, FTP, etc., don't just take it. Don't get overwhelmed with terminology. I'll give you a use case, and the problem here is I need to connect to that machine. To connect to that machine, SSH is the program. Simple. Now, how to work with SSH? We are going to learn it, right? So fine. I'm going to allow SSH. I can connect to that machine. See, 8 GB RAM. No, I need 30 GB. You can do that. Not a problem at all. Now, apart from that, you need to learn here what are the different types of storage. So you are hearing latest SSD disk, right? So similarly, there will be a lot of disk types here. So you need to understand what are the available disk types, and which disk type is going to help my application. That's it. So simple. And how many instances I want? I want one, or I can have 100 also, not a problem. So let me just go with one. So see our requirement, how simple it was. I just opened a web application given by Amazon Cloud company, and I'm just talking to that. Hey, I want a server. Please name that server as my web server, and I need one instance. And please install Amazon Linux. And this server I just need for 1 GB and one CPU. That's fine. And yeah, I need to connect to that server, but I need a secure way. So I'm going to use SSH. So I'm going to create a key called my web server KP. And networking, yeah, there is a lot of stuff here, but that's fine. See, in networking, I have security group. What is security group? Basically, see, this is sorry for this bad diagram, but yeah. So this is a remote machine, and there is a firewall here. Uh, there is a just a second, please.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Yeah, back here. Audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, so I was talking about there is a firewall. Obviously, see, this is a remote machine, so anyone can connect. Try and come, connect to your system. So please set up your firewall rules. That is what they are saying. AWS. So I'm going to create a security group. So what is a security group? It's like a security guard. I'm putting a security guard to my machine, and I'm telling him, hey, you allow only Prasad, you allow only Narsimha Reddy. You don't allow others from, maybe from Russia. There are set of IP addresses which could be from, well-known hackers. So please don't allow them, right? I can create rules. So security group is what? Simple set of rules. So what I'm doing in my security group, I'm saying please allow SSH traffic from anywhere. No, I can even say from my IP only, so that no one will be able to get into, or at least try to get into my SSH. I'm just
Mm.
putting anywhere just for sample, just for demo purpose. And see, configure. I'm just asking AWS, hey, I need a storage of 8 GB, right? And that's it. I'm going to create launch. Click on launch instance. And as I told you, 5 minutes, that's a big time. Successfully initiated. You want to see the log? Yeah. View all instances and see. My web server is in pending stage. Just
Mm.
wait for a couple of, still in pending, running. It started running. Less than a minute, I have my server running.
Correct.
Hold on, please. Sorry, unexpected work actually. Yeah, back here. Okay. Guys, are you with me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I have my web server running. Now let me show you how to connect. So this is the web server, and see this web server has got a public IP address. Public IP means it is in internet. So I just need to open. Acha, I have a SSH program. What did I say? I need to have a SSH server. By default on Linux there will be SSH server. So what I should have, a program called client, SSH client. So what programs are there? There are a lot of programs like putty. This is the program. It's simple. I need to give my public IP address. I need to give the port number where SSH server is running, that is 22 port, and I need to give the authorization and just say connect. That's it. This is one kind of application. Apart from that, there are mobile external. Mobile external. Let me open that and show you. So this is one other type of same SSH client only, because if you see session, and if you see I can, using this software I will have SSH client. So I'll just click on this and I'll just say what is the remote host and specify username. Yeah, I need to log into that machine, right? So you see, when you install operating system you will be seeing a lot of screens when you install it on your laptop, but here it happened automatically. So what is that you need to do?
Mm.
In that operating system called Amazon Linux, what is the default username? This will be documented. You can find it in document. I'll show you how to find the details, etc. Okay, see, I'm using a program called MobiXterm, which has a SSH client, and I'm saying that to my client, hey, please connect to this server, and this is the username, and this is the port number, and advanced SSH settings, you please use the private key. And if you remember, I downloaded the key, right? And where is
Mm.
that key? Where is that key? Where is that key? Okay, just a second. Go in folder. Okay, here, private key. It's in desktop. Sorry, guys. Where is that? Yeah, my learning circle. Circle. And uh just a second. I'll just copy it to my desktop. Yeah. Fine. Use the private key. And where is that key? It's in my desktop. And this is my key that I've downloaded. All right. So just click on OK. And that's it. I got connected to my machine. Now to tell you 172.31.84.215. Let's just come here and see 172.31.84.215. So what is this private address? I'll let you know later. So I connected
Mm.
to my machine. Now what I can do here, simple. I can install web server. I can install database server. I can then put my application code, and that's it. This application is now available in internet. So this is what we will do when we study EC2. This is exactly this is the problem statement that we'll take. I have an application which have which is a two-tier application. That means I have a front end, back end, and I have to deploy this on internet. So for that we are going to take we are going to choose the AWS cloud as our partner basically. All right. So finally, by the end of the course, you should be able to, start working on AWS services and start doing these kind of jobs that you would get in your real-time production scenarios. Okay, now this is done. Or, I can just show you if you're really interested. Just a second. See, this is what is our server. Now, don't worry about Linux. These are the commands that you will be learning it. Okay. Uh, yum install httpd. This is a command, but as I told you, technology seems difficult if you're especially from non-experienced in Linux systems, etc. But read it like English. I have a server.
Mm.
I want to install a web server because web server is the software where I should put my web application code, and then people can come to my web server and watch my website. That is English study. Now to translate English study into commands, okay, hey Linux, can you please tell me how to install a software that is web server?
Sorry to
Okay,
interrupt. I do have a question here.
yeah, please.
Yeah, instead of yum, can we use here sudo?
Sudo is basically sudo is switch user. See, I am EC2 user. As a normal user, I cannot install softwares on Linux. I should be admin. So I should become root user. Okay, or run like a root user. Sudo yum install httpd.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is happening? Please install software, but install software as a root user. This is
Okay,
clear.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just park your Linux queries because, yeah, it's a nice question, good, but don't get worried as of today. We are going to see all this later. Today, you, I became a root user. Now I'm going to install HTTP server. And now I'm going to start HTTP server. It's done. Now I am going to put a website. Oh, a lot of things I'm doing, right? Commands, etc. Nothing. It's easy. All are easy. Trust me. We should
Mm.
study technology in plain English. That's it. That's my, way of learning via
Mm.
index.html. Hello, team. Uh, this is my or website, but under construction. I and of course, you might really see my live application. So I saved it. Now I would want each of you go into internet and type this URL for 54.234.122.60, and I don't think you will be able to see anything. Anyone can be with can
Yeah,
tell me? Are you doing that?
yeah. I'm trying now.
Okay. Yeah, you won't get it. You'd be getting this one. Agreed?
Just give me a minute.
Yeah. So this is in Northern Virginia in cloud. This is a server that I have taken, and I am here in Hyderabad, and I connected to my machine. But to connect to that machine, I have some firewall which I have crossed through, because in this firewall I set up a rule called please allow port 22 SSH protocol into this server. And that is the reason when I using my SSH client, I tried to connect to that server, and this went to the firewall first, and it passed through because there is a permission given, and I could enter into this machine successfully. After that, I have installed web server, I have created a website, etc. And now I and you are trying to get into my web server. But what is happening here? Let's see. So a request has been going at the port 80, because web server is a software which runs at port 80. And at the firewall, what is happening? I don't have the
Yes.
allow permission. So what I should do? Simple. Please allow 80 HTTP program. Okay. Now let's come back and see how to do that. Security group is the one which can help me, right? So this is my server. In this server, if I just go to security, there is a security group, and in this security group only 22 port is allowed. Now what is that I need to do? I need to edit this, right? So
Correct.
click on the security group and click on edit inbound rules, add rule, http, and allow anyone saves. Now just try to refresh it.
Okay. Hello team. This is my website under construction.
That's what you're
Hyderabad.
saying. My website is live. Yeah, it is not a fancy website, single page.
Yes. Yes.
We will build fancy websites. See, that simple is this. All right.
Yes.
So, I have given you a fair idea of the definition of cloud, but yeah, that's a long discussion that we can take it up. I want you to understand what is on-premise in detail, which one is solving that on-premise co-location. Then came what data center. Finally, cloud computing. It took almost 25 years to come to cloud, right? Do you
Hmm.
think cloud is new? Not really. Computer industry started like renting. Cloud is basically, for me, it is on rent. Okay, so we will have a clear and more understanding about all these scenarios, guys. But this session should help you out. What is that you should start doing in cloud? Hope
mm,
I made a mark on it. Okay. All right, I'm done. Oh, sorry. I have to show you one more thing. So we provisioned, right? Just a second. What happened? Sorry, guys, something. Just a second.
mm,
Okay. So see, we have provisioned a server. That was our definition, right? With the
correct.
minimal management effort, and
Mm,
so that we have seen practically. Now there is one other word: release. Provision
mm,
and release. I
correct.
don't want my server. I am closing my company, or I'm switching my cloud to some other vendor, or I don't want to go into cloud. Simple. Select the instance. Tell AWS that, boss, I don't need your server. Terminate it. And what is that I'm going to pay? So 10 minutes I have used. I'm going to pay for 10 minutes. That's it. So interestingly, I'm putting forward the syllabus of cloud computing, not this page, not this page. This page is like a running text for me, right? So
Mm,
now you should be able to understand the syllabus. What, what is cloud? How to launch your, how to meet your requirements in cloud, that is server, storage, etc., etc. And also interestingly, one more topic has come up. Uh, I launched my server, I killed my server. 10 minutes is what is that I'm going to pay. So you should be thinking about what is the cost? Are there any packages? Are there any discounts? So this is the kind of areas that you should be interested into, because
mm,
you would be dealing customers where you should be able to talk, how cloud can help you reduce the cost. So you should be interestingly going forward and getting into understanding pricing models in cloud. So this is what makes a syllabus for me, not piece of paper, etc. Okay.
mm,
All right, it's terminated. Now my job is done. So this is what you would be doing, guys. I simply tell you, you should have an account, and the lab I have done. Just make a fair, just be organized for 30 days, 35 days. The lab that I have done, by the next class, you should be able to do it and come to class. And how much time it took? Mm, Seriously, it took longer time because I was blabbering so much, but hardly 10 to 15 minutes. That's it.
mm,
Okay.
mm.
All right.
I
So
have I have few questions, Prasad.
yeah, go ahead.
Uh, w- some actually, I'm completely new to this cloud. So recently,
That's okay.
I started seeing some documents, and Visualpath also provided some curriculum. So while
Yeah.
seeing that, I found there is some desktop facility, some virtual machines are providing. Suppose in
Mm.
my company, in my organization, there are 10 associates. I'm looking for the 10 desktops, 10 virtual desktops. So for
Mm,
each user, I need a some one desktop, correct? Then only
mm,
they'll able to access the virtual machines.
mm.
So then where is the cost reduction for me? So I need all 10 for all 10 users. I need 10 machines, right?
So, are you talking about thin clients?
Yes, like
Yeah,
local
so you have a
machines.
thin, yeah, you have a thin client and you want to get all your actual software, hardware, all are running on cloud, and you want to your employees will connect to their desktop as if it is in front of them, but it is in cloud, right?
Hmm.
Simple. So you will be taking a multi-user system, a Windows or etc., and you would be configuring
Okay.
it, and you will be paying
Hmm.
for that.
Hmm.
And say you want to use this, it is costing you $1 per hour. Imagine.
Hmm.
Okay, it really doesn't cost $1. It's just peanuts, cents. Okay, but
Hmm.
to just make you give you a fair understanding, $1 per hour. But
Hmm.
you think it is, I'm using this computer for a long time, so are there any discounts? AWS will offer you. How?
Hmm.
Oh, if you are guaranteeing that you will be using this for next 1 year, I will give you it for 50 cents only, 50% discount.
Hmm.
You understood?
Yes. Yes. Okay.
So this
Hmm.
is what is the pricing model that you should be able to, have a picture.
Hmm.
There will be major discount once
Hmm.
you sign up with them and tell them, "Oh, I'm going to use your service for next 3 years." Fine, you just pay us 1 cent per hour.
Hmm.
That's how it will be. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So Ramaban Navtesh Kishore, seriously, this session help you?
Yes, Prasad.
Yes or not? Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. And I tell you, you join here or you don't join here, fine, that's okay. So trust me, cloud is not a big deal, right? Uh, you already work with systems, so those systems are not in front of your eyes now. They are just in cloud. That's it. Think like that. Cloud becomes easy. Then
Hmm.
non-IT, yeah. First understand what is computer. The computer is in front of you, but now it is in cloud. That's it. So try to learn technology in more English way, problem way. Oh, I need to prepare some documents. Okay, what is the software which helps me? Microsoft Word. That's it. Then
Hmm.
you start learning Microsoft. Say, for example, Word. Write some text. Yeah, I need bold. How to create a bold text in Microsoft Word? There will be feature. You can learn like that. So
Hmm.
any technology, when you reach a problem, then you can easily learn it. So that's how my sessions will be. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, people. Thanks for your time. Any questions? Do I need to
What will be
take?
the course duration and timing?
Uh, long time later, I'm taking the class. I typically take it for 40 45 hours.
Hmm.
Okay. That's how I used
Okay.
to take.
Okay, sir. And timing will be on weekend or weekdays?
What?
And timing will be on weekend or weekdays, sir? Time,
I
session
thought
time.
it's a weekday class, but trust
Okay.
me, even this question I should ask my organizer.
No, no, both I'll be comfortable with, no problem from my end.
Yeah. Yeah, Kishore. Yeah.
Myself and Vamshi requested for the weekday classes only, Prasad.
Yeah. Okay.
So we are already in coordination with the counselor.
Yeah.
Her name is
Yeah. Kiranmai.
Kiranmai. Sorry, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Kiranmai.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So, guys, I will tell you one thing. I'll do my best as much as I can. I'll make cloud
Sure.
talking very comfortably and
Hmm.
taking you step by step. But I tell you, typical learning pattern of people. Even I'm like that. Say, when I want to learn a technology, I get into it. Uh, I'm not a really hardcore bookworm. That is, I don't read books, etc. In my entire career, When there is a problem, I hunted for a solution. I got that new technology in my pocket. That is what happens with me. But if you ask me, go and learn artificial intelligence, I will not learn. Give me artificial intelligence project. Okay, I need to do this, but how? Okay, I need to go and find the document and get it done. This is what is my style. Why I'm telling you all this? Simple. This is a journey of 45 days or something like that. So to make most of this journey, just be organized. Just attend the session for 1 hour. I'll not take more than 1 hour. Attend the session for 1 hour, and daily 30 minutes is what I request you to do. What is that I
Mhm.
request? Be a robot. What I have done in my class, just repeat it. That's it. Because doing that way, at least you know, oh, I have played EC2 instance. I could launch a website. I'm happy. But more in depth, fine, not a problem. You can do that later, right? So just be a
Mm.
robot for 10, 15 sessions. That is what I do. You also do. Later, you're more interested, digging deep, etc. Go and read the documents. That's it. This will make
Okay, sir.
you a good learner, basically. By the end of this course, yeah, you should be talking cloud, etc. Simple 1 hour class, half an hour practice. That's it. Not more than that. And watching video, etc., is really bad. Trust me. Just go ahead and listen carefully and accept the lab. Maybe when you do the lab, just put on the video and drag the video up to the lab and start repeating the steps. Okay.
Mm. Okay, sir.
Oh, sir.
All right. So thanks for the time, Rambabu. I don't think you have any questions. All right. Yeah. Thanks, team, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prasad. Thank you so much for your
Yeah.
session.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.